Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Speaking of Zane. How about that? July the 31st. Wow. Getting close to August. In fact, that's tomorrow, I guess. But guess what? This is the 200th edition of Speaking of Zane, believe it or not. The 200th edition. What is it, 52 weeks in a year? So that's about 4 years, I guess. Now, wow, incredible to think we've been doing this for 4 years. Zane's been gone for almost 6.5. And somewhere along the way, I got the idea to just get online and shoot my mouth. But here we are still. But good to have everybody in there. Faux show. Let's see. We got Lori in there. Probably has Everett with her. Carl Kihas is in there. Daryl's in there. Hey, Daryl. Colin Krim. There's my dad. My dad has been a little bit ill this week, as has my mom and my sister. And I hear they are all on the mend to some extent, but good to see you in there, Dad. My sister has been doing an outstanding job of giving me regular updates, daily updates on how everybody's doing down there. There's Katie Aaron, Steve Shirley, Matt Aaron, Jim Miller. There's my Aunt Mary. All right. Good to have everybody in there. Oh, Everett's not with Everett's. Oh, he's starting. Is he going to school tomorrow? Or is he just getting in the routine? Okay. I know my little daughter or granddaughter, my little granddaughter, Zaylee, doesn't she start school tomorrow? Kindergarten tomorrow, I think, right, Lori? So maybe Everett does too. How about that? They're the same age. They were born within a couple weeks of each other. So how about that? Okay, I think I've got everybody. I think I see everybody and have called you out. If I haven't, put something in the chat there and I will see you. Okay, well, what the heck have we got going on this 200th episode? Wow. We started in August of 2018. Incredible. But no news on my neighbor's house. I always start with a house fire update. I did mow the lawn today. But wow, I think Lori knows a little bit more about what's going on with them than I do. But yeah, just an empty house there. But anyway, all right, let's see. Okay, yeah, I see you, Q. Got you in there. And okay, Lori keeps me honest on these kind of things because I honestly don't know. But yeah, Everett starts this week. Zaylee starts this week. Okay, but it's not tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see. All right, so that's the deal. What a great, we had a great running to honor 5K. I think this was the third year that we participated Thanks to Matt and Katie Aaron, they let us know about it through our friend Aaron Bartle up there in Michigan. And of course, it was 2019 was during COVID, I guess, or no, we didn't have, no, let's see, 2000, 2001. This might have been the fourth year we've done this. Anyway, we did it again, and down here in Woodstock, Georgia. And Lori couldn't make it because she has got some illness that won't let her roam very far. The docs are trying to figure that out, but she wasn't able to go out there with us. But we went at our usual spot in trail that we like that's relatively flat. Although we took the alternative trail this time, Lori. I don't know if Kathy told you or not, but we did. There's a little more scenic route that's about a mile longer and has some inclines and stuff. Anyway, we did that route, and it was Kathy and Gordon Cobb who met me over there. We started on the trail at 9 o'clock and did pretty good. It was in the 70s, humid. It had rained all night. We didn't get rained on, a few sprinkles toward the end, but wow, it was awesome. It's always fun that's a very busy trail and a very busy Saturday morning for a lot of bikers, walkers, runners. And yesterday was no exception. The trailhead is right in downtown Woodstock, Georgia, and there's a farmer's market set up right there on Saturday morning. So a lot of foot traffic and a lot of people walking on the trail. So I always enjoy it, having the Never Forgotten, the Running to Honor logo flag there. And I had that and an American flag, and we always get a lot of head nods and acknowledgments for the flags and everything, and it was really awesome. I enjoyed that. Hey Doc, there's my buddy Justin Collier. They're back in school. Justin is in Nashville, and kids go back tomorrow. Okay. All right, Doc. We'll look forward to catching up with you soon. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we did walk. That's right, Lori. I think so. We did 2000, 2001, 2002, I believe, for the Running to Honor 5K. And we had a good time yesterday, just the three of us. And then oftentimes we'll leave there and go have lunch at one of our favorite spots there, Simplify Bar and Grill in Woodstock. Although we finished pretty early. We were done by 10:15 or so. So it wasn't quite lunchtime. And anyway, Gordon and Kathy were off to do some other things that they had already planned. So I went on up to the cemetery. It's just another 10 or 12 miles. And I did the 5K again for a second time. Lori and I have done a 5K there, although you're not supposed to technically run, but we weren't running at the cemetery. But anyway, I got there and decided I would do 2 circuits of the cemetery there, right at 5K. So had my flags and did the 5K there at the cemetery. So I actually did 2 Running to Honor 5Ks yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. Let's see. Well, I did since I was so active yesterday, and I intermittently fast. I didn't eat anything until yesterday evening. I did drop another pound, but that did come back. So last week I reported that I had a weight loss of 51 pounds. So I crossed the 50 mark and 51 pounds. And this week's update is still 51 pounds. Although yesterday, after I got done with both of the runs, I was at 52 pounds. So the 52 mark was brief. I'm back to 51, but I'm on my way to 60. So we'll see how things go over the coming weeks. But that was really a good time yesterday. Thank you to Kathy and Gordon for coming out there with us, and all the others that have always come out there with us. over the years, and we had a really good time. Looking forward already, Aaron, to next year. Let me show you a couple of items. The shirt is in the laundry, but you can see here's the race bib, running Honor 5K this year. Aaron had a particular focus on Vietnam veterans because they're in their mid 70s and later and older now. But on the back of here are the list of the fallen that they honor at the Michigan location. And at 7 o'clock in the morning, before they start the race, they read the names. And I didn't even think about that. Kathy and Gordon and I could have read the names. Maybe we'll do that next year. But there's probably a couple hundred names on the back here, including Zane Colby. Well, you're not going to be able to see, but it's McDonald. There you go. You can see McDonald there. But Aaron does such a good job of honoring not just those that were killed on the battlefield, but those that we lost after they returned home. And very nice finishing medal this year, as always. Aaron does a great job. I don't know who does these for him, but you can see the very nice POW MIA Vietnam, the iconic Huey helicopter, running to honor. And then the stats for the Vietnam War there. But yeah, just a really awesome. This will go with my other finishers medals. And then something else that Aaron sent me is he had this challenge coin made that, let's see, in Taylor, Michigan, and that's up there where the Aarons are at, near where the Aarons are at, and Aaron Bartle. Well, they had a soldier specialist, Holly Mago. She was killed in action January 31st, 2004, and they made a nice coin to honor her. And then on the back, what you hear Aaron often say is freedom is never free. And then again, with the Vietnam statistics there. But yeah, just a nice job again, Aaron. He does a great job, and he, it raises a lot of great awareness and everything. But it's a practical fundraiser. In fact, Aaron has, through the efforts of the run over the years, he's been able to help the Wyandotte VFW equip their facility with solar panels and have drastically cut their electricity bill. And he continues to raise funds for different activities that will help veterans. And just a great job, Aaron. We're happy to be part of it here in Georgia. So thank you for that. Great day. Okay, well, let's see. I mentioned well, the hat of the week. You guys know I'm a hat guy, and I'm usually wearing a hat. And I usually try to wear a hat on Speaking of Zane that has something to do with what's going on or what we've been doing or whatever the heck. And this is one of Zane's hats. I've worn this hat before, but this is the hat I wore in the race yesterday. And his True Spec hat that he always wore. It's a nice light hat, sheds water very well, so it was good for the run. And anyway, reminds me of Zane. Okay. Oh, Rhonda Medlin's in there. Hey, Rhonda, miss you. Hope you're doing well. I know you've been on vacation. Welcome back. Let's see. All right. Well, how about I just check in the chat here and see if I've missed anybody. If I have, good to have you in here for Speaking of Zane, where we keep his memory alive by speaking his name. Hence, Speaking of Zane. All right. We do have a few items in This Week in Military History. very interesting one here. My buddy Daryl, um, well, I'll get more about that story in a minute. But anyway, on August the 6th, so this next week, August the 6th, 1945, the B-29 Superfortress Enola Gay. Has anybody seen the Enola Gay? It's, well, if anybody has seen it, tell me where you saw it. I've seen it before. But the Enola Gay dropped one of the atomic bombs, Little Boy it was called. And it was the first nuclear weapon ever used in a war. And that was, of course, was over Hiroshima in Japan. And there's an interesting companion story that I just learned about this week. Just a fascinating story I never knew anything about. And I don't know if I have it pulled up now, but I'll just tell you briefly about it. There were, well, I'll pull it up and show you. That way you'll know what I'm talking about. But a fascinating story, and it just goes to really highlight, how tragic war is and how tragic the decisions that must be made are. See if I can find it for you guys. It's worth the wait. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. So what happened? Let me share. Where he's right is it is at the Smithsonian. Let's see. Let's get the right screen here. Okay, let's see now if I can. All right, so here's what happened. So, of course, when the Enola Gay dropped the bomb, there was a reason, a purpose that Hiroshima was targeted, and the city had been selected as a target because it was a major naval port, and because no prisoners of war were thought to be held there. Unfortunately, crew members from 3 American aircraft, a B-24 called Lonesome Lady, a B-24 called Taloa, and a Helldiver, had been captured by the Japanese on July the 28th, which was just about a week or so before, and were being detained at the military police headquarters in Hiroshima. And unfortunately, all of them died in the bomb blast. Just a sad story. They were interred at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery. That's the connection we have to Daryl. They were interred there at Jefferson Barracks all the way back on November the 3rd of 1949 in a group burial there in Section 82, grave 156, I believe. And Daryl visited. Here's the men who passed as a result of the bombing. And then Daryl made a visit this week, and here's the tribute to them at Jefferson Barracks, the grave, actually, the mass grave. So, Daryl, thank you for bringing that story to life for us and sharing that on the Facebook group for sure. But just a tragic story, and you heard how we went out of our way to bomb a location that we thought didn't have any POWs, and it turns out that they were there. Okay, let's see. I played also. Remember last week I did the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he said, "Let me think you need a real superhero or something." That came out as a United States Marine. I found the video clip of that and I posted it. You can go look at the Speaking of Zane Facebook group. Okay, another World War II story. this week in military history, on July the 30th of 1945, so it would have been yesterday, 1945. I didn't know this either. Of course, I know generally the story of this ship, but following its secret mission to deliver there's a connection here. Following the secret mission to deliver uranium and parts for the atomic bomb Little Boy, which I just told you was dropped on Hiroshima, the USS Indianapolis sailed to Guam and then headed to Okinawa. On July the 29th, a Japanese submarine commanded by a lieutenant who had also participated in the Pearl Harbor invasion torpedoed and sunk the Indianapolis. A Japanese submarine, of the 1,196 crewmen, this is part of the story that most of you probably know, but I didn't know the part about it was delivering parts for the Little Boy, which would ultimately be dropped from the Enola Gay. Well, it was torpedoed, and of the 1,196 crew members on board, over 350 died on impact and went down with the ship. More than 800 fell into the ocean, with approximately 50 dying the first night in the water from injuries. And then the remaining sailors were left to flounder in the Pacific, fending off sharks, drinking seawater, and waiting to be rescued due to lack of warning to the attack. Orders for radio silence and ignored reports. Rescuers did not arrive for 84 hours after the attack. Only 318 sailors survived. The rest were eaten by sharks or died, drowned. Captain Charles McVeigh was the USS Indianapolis commander. He was the only officer ever to be court-martialed for the loss of a ship during wartime in the history of the U.S. Navy. Incredible stuff. So there are two items for this week in military history that are connected. How about that? Okay, let's see, take a quick look at the chat. Let's see, Dad says, I went to school with Colonel Tibbets. Yeah, he was the pilot. Son in Montgomery. He was at Maxwell Field. Oh, okay, now we have another connection because Steve Shirley knows his grandson. And that, Steve, help me if I get any of that wrong, but Steve knows and or worked with the grandson of Tibbets. We are never more than a few degrees of separation. All right, let's see. Rhonda says her boss is a Marine. Okay, well, Semper Fi to him. I had the opportunity to thank a Marine at the Kroger yesterday, and I said, hey, Marine, thank you. I saw his license plate. Hey, Marine, thank you. He says, hoorah. And we parted ways. How about that? Typical exchange there. All right, well, let's see. How about a Veteran Cemetery Challenge update? Well, you guys, I just told you that I went to Georgia National yesterday. By the way, Lori, those beautiful flowers you put out there have been picked up. That was one of the most gorgeous bouquets that I can recall Lori putting at Zane's headstone. It was awesome, but not, it doesn't last forever. They come and pick those things up. But anyway, Lori will get back out there as she always does and get a new set there. And she always has a theme. She always manages to know, based on the time of year or what's going on or a holiday, or she gets just the right bouquet there. It's incredible the way she does that. And let's see. Yeah, okay, Steve's chiming in there, Dad, about Tibbets there. He was the director of global operations for Stratcom. All right. Let's see. So Daryl made a visit to Jefferson Barracks. So Daryl, was it one visit or two for you this week? I know the visit you made was to visit Wanda, and you also captured that nice photo for us there of the Hiroshima POWs. Thank you for doing that. And then I know Jim's in there. Jim made a visit to St. John's and to Omaha National. And Jim posted a nice picture on the Speaking of Zane Facebook group there of a nice service branch monument there. And Jim said he never knew it was there before. And he posted that on the Speaking of Zane Facebook group. You can go take a look at that. But it looks pretty cool there, Jimbo. Maybe you can get a close up of that next time and post it. Let me just share that with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I almost forgot. Matt Aaron, hey, Matt is in there. Matt posted a this week in military history for the reason for the first safety brief. I'll show that here in a minute. Let me share what Jim found at St. John Cemetery, where his wife Deborah rests. And I can see it's got the service emblems there. And it says, in honor and memory of all who served in the armed forces of the United States of America. What's that word say? Remembered, not forgotten. Very nice. Thank you, Jim. Yeah, that was an awesome find you made there at one of your regular visits. And then let me show the safety brief. This comes from a soldier, of course, Matt Aaron. On this day in military history, the safety briefing was born. It looks like a Civil War era cannon up on some rickety rack, sort of makeshift platform there. So that would definitely warrant a safety brief, no doubt about it. All right, thanks for posting that, Matt. All right, that would be wonderful. You have been such a good friend to us about that. And I know Lori, just coordinate with Lori. Lori is feeling much better today, but she's got some underlying issue that the doc hadn't narrowed yet that's causing all her problems. But let's see. So Daryl made a visit. Jimbo made, I'm going to say 2 visits because 2 different locations, and I made the visit. So we had 4 visits this week, and that makes our count up to a total of 657 visits that this relatively small group of patriots have made over the last 4 years. Actually, less than 4 years. We didn't start doing those till a couple years ago. And we've done that at almost 160 different cemeteries. How about that? Pretty incredible. People are amazed when I tell them that. All right, let's see. And how about the Thank a Vet Challenge? We've been doing the Thank a Vet Challenge for quite some time too, maybe coming up on 3 years or something like that, where we just decided, boy, wouldn't it be kind of fun just to make a little gamify our thank yous and tracking them and celebrating them is really the main thing. And let me tell you what I know about this week. I thanked a Marine at the Kroger, like I mentioned, and he was the only one I thanked this week, although I did get several thank yous this week. Yesterday at the store, a couple during the week. I was wearing my USS Midway hat, Dad, and some lady at the Lowe's profusely thanked me for my service, older woman, and I said, well, you're mighty welcome. I said, but I didn't serve on the Midway. My dad did. I was an airman. Anyway, good conversation, and I love wearing my Midway hat. And let's see, Jim got a couple more airmen on the board this week. Daryl, on his way home, ran into an Army Vietnam vet. They had a nice exchange, he says. And Kathy told me yesterday when we met for the Running to Honor 5K, she said she had thanked a veteran who was a business owner somewhere. I can't remember, Kathy, what you what you said there, but she thanked the vet, and she said that he was just he was like almost like surprised that anybody would say thank you. But so if I total all those up, I think we had six thank yous this week, six thank yous, which takes our count up to 1,577 times. Somebody has heard from this group. Thank you. I appreciate you for your service. Wow, how about that? 1,577 plus. We don't know all of them, but we try to keep track. But it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I tell you, I'm not hunting veterans, but if I see a veteran in a service ball cap of some kind, I'm going to say thank you, or be kind of nosy or inquisitive and find out a little bit more about them. And that's a lot of fun. All right, so that's that. How about organizations? Well, let's see. We talked about the running to honor. So Aaron, I'm sure Aaron is already working on next year's. That's how these races work. It takes a year's worth of effort to get these things coordinated. But it wasn't so bad. We were sort of lamenting that it was going to be hot and humid here in the Atlanta metro, and it was humid, but it was early enough and cloudy enough that it wasn't overbearing or oppressive. But I'll be interested to hear what Aaron has planned for next year, time-wise, and of course we'll try to line up with that for sure. And then my workplace, I talked with our friend Kelly Kowal this week. You guys know Kelly. We've had her as a guest on here. Lori knows her very well because we go down to my workplace, but I chatted with her earlier. And we're trying to coordinate this work that we want to do there for their internet service. So I've been doing a little coordinating on that. And finally, I got all the detail I need to know from the guy who sort of designed this wireless canopy, this mesh network, and what he was thinking, and all the parts, and this, and where they're at. And I have all that now, finally. Now the only thing left is to gather up a couple of my buddies who are going to help me down there, and either see if they'll go out there with all the data I have and get that working properly and swing things over to the new circuit. Here's the deal. She has individual internet and cable service to each cottage and building on the retreat. And it's expensive, consequently, right? Can you imagine? It's like it's having internet access and cable to each location, each house. So the theory is everything's, it's within a 10-acre boundary, I guess, or something like that. But the theory is that we can make everything, we can connect everything back to a central location on the property, and then use one high-speed internet pipe out and get rid of all the cable. And then people are using streaming services now anyway. So there's been a little bit of a halt in progress there. That's where we're going to step in, and we're going to help her out and fix and get things fixed. And we're going to document everything and make sure that we can manage it. And the person who helped her out initially just not able to anymore anyway. So we're going to pick it up. But what I'm getting at is it's going to save her almost $1,000 a month if she's able to do this and get swung over to this new circuit. That's a pretty significant amount. So kind of like what Aaron's doing with the VFW there and the solar, we're kind of doing with the internet and the Wi-Fi, the internet and the cable. So anyway, so we are closer now than we've ever been to getting that done and saving Kelly between $800 and $1,000 a month without taking anything away from the visitors there. So anyway, let's see if my buddies can go out there and tackle it. If it works out timing wise, maybe Lori and I will run down there and I'll be able to help them do that. But we'll see how things go. But anyway, that I'm excited. You can tell I'm excited because there were so many unknowns that I finally got everything I need to know to advance that for Kelly. Also, kind of a cool thing this last week. Speaking of Kelly and everything in my Warriors place, 2 weeks ago I was at our headquarters in St. Louis, and people at the company know the work that we do with different charities and stuff all across our company, and a lot of people are involved in different efforts. and they know about me and the involvement at my workplace and everything. And they asked me if I would be interviewed. They could interview me for this video that that we're going to play on our corporate update meeting for all 8,000 employees. Anyway, I said, yeah, I happen to be in town, so it worked out great. So they had the guy, the videographer, found a room. We got a place there at the office, and asked me a series of questions about what do we do there and how do we get to know. Anyway, so what was about a 30-minute interview with about a dozen questions turned out to be just a short 10-second clip, right? It's just a compilation of a lot of different efforts across the company, and my workplace just happened to be one of them. Anyway, that aired on our company meeting on Thursday. So everybody, 8,000 people in our company got to hear about My Warrior's Place, at least 10, 12 seconds worth of My Warrior's Place. So it was kind of cool. And then I've got a good core group of 20, 30 people down there in Tampa that are already asking me, when are we going back out there again? So we'll have a fall, once the weather doesn't really ever cool down there, but once it gets bearable, maybe September, October, like we did last year, we'll go back down and do another work day. And last time we knocked out about 15 or 20 unique projects down there in the course of a day, and the group is ready to go back and do it again. Aunt Paula met us there. Remember, Lori? Aunt Paula came, the one we did this last March. But anyway, so that's the update on My Workplace. Hopefully, sometime this fall, I can give you, and maybe in the next month or so, I can give you an update that all of that's been done and Kelly is saving $1,000 a month. That would be really, really way cool. Okay, well, let's see. That is it for the updates. We do have one sad thing to report in the Heroes Lost or Wounded section. And that's the fact that a Fairburn, Georgia Police Department officer, Sergeant John Harold Astry, died on Thursday as a result of a car crash here in the Atlanta metro. Hate to see that. And not only was he a member of the police force there, but he was also an Air Force veteran. So rest in peace there, Sergeant Astry. All right. And hey, Matt, sometime I wouldn't mind if you would put in the chat, maybe between now and next week, if you could check on your buddy, Jason Gibbs, see how things are going with him and maybe give us all an update on that. That would be great. All right, folks. Well, I have gone way too long considering the amount of data I had to provide today, but I hope everybody has a great week. Typical week plan for me. Actually, it wasn't going to be a typical week because I was asked to come down to Savannah for Wednesday to help on the B-17. There's some things that are going on, and the guy in town and working on some automation of some of the surfaces and different things, and he needed somebody to help with some signal strength readings and all of this, and I just can't, there's just no way with the notice that I could get down there. It's, 5-hour drive down there, spend a few hours, 5-hour drive back. I just didn't want to stay the night. I've got too much lined up right now. I'm trying to position myself to be out for a week or two. Anyway, so I was going to head down to Savannah, but not going to be able to. They're going to have to do that little project without me, and I sent them some instructions on a few things that I was going to help them with, so hopefully they'll be okay with that. Oh, and the other thing, Lori, when is our daughter Charlotte coming to town? Charlotte is coming home for a little bit. Yeah, okay. Lori just posted in there, and I know she'll be here the week after next. Okay, Saturday. Okay, so she'll be here Saturday. Okay, yeah, we haven't seen her in a little bit, and it'll be good to have her home for a couple of weeks, I believe. So we're looking forward to that, and hope you all have a good week. We'll have a good week reuniting with Charlotte on Saturday, and we'll look forward to getting back here to, now she's springing at midnight, huh? Okay, I guess I'll have to pick her up at midnight. But all right, well, have a great week, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing everybody right back here again next Sunday night for Speaking of Zane. Already looking forward to it. See you guys later.